Alright, I'm gonna do my best to just explain the Clank clips. This is my third time making this video, but now we have an input display. Woo! So I'm gonna try and explain the whole thing with input displays so that it kind of makes more sense. Hopefully it can help out a bit. First thing, for Aranos 2 Clank clips, the first thing is this box clip where you need to hit. While it's jittering, you need to be in the air. So while it's jittering like that, you see it pushes you. It does the same thing on the other side. So it's moving rapidly back and forth. While it's to the right, like in that jitter, it'll let you in, and then it won't push you back out, so you can keep going. So basically what you do is you don't actually need to time it like perfectly. You see there I jumped well before the box actually moved, and it still let me do the jump. And then basically all you got to do is just kind of face into the wall like you do. Like imagine this box wasn't here and you're going to wall boost into this crate. Sorry, into this wall essentially. And then you start the wall boost, and then you just, at the end, you kind of just turn Clank. So you're kind of here and you just go, oh, sorry, I messed that up. So go and then turn like that. And that's going to get you through every time. You can go back and forth like that. Okay, when you're going back, you don't even need to jump. I didn't even realize you could do that. But yeah. Does that work every time? No. Alright, well, that's kind of cool. But yeah, basically, you just like look into it and you just jump and turn. Alright. The next part, obviously, is the actual door clip itself. So the first step is this little wall here. You can boost it. There's also an invisible wall here. You can see it's like curved smoothly. And that's how you wall boost. You start the wall boost like facing up kind of into this wall, and then you turn it slightly. You don't turn out to like dodge this slope. You actually stay looking in a little bit. So you go like that, and then you flick into the corner like this. Now, trick with this, there's no slope or anything in this corner, so all you do is just run into the corner. That's literally all you have to do positioning-wise. And then you're going to turn your camera. You're going to go... I use always the left side of my screen to line it up. So if you look at the left side of my screen, it's currently in line with a cylinder, in line with another one. It's in line now with the seesaw. You know, that's just what I use to line it up, the left side. So what I do... Right where it is now, you see the left side of the camera, there's like a little gray cylindrical kind of shape. I'm at the start of it now, end of it now. Basically, I set up list this thing, so I'll go anywhere like in there and I'll let go. But if you're actually setting it up, if you're not feeling confident, the exact spot, go roughly in the middle. So go like there-ish. It's not overly precise and it will work, alright? So you're going to let go of L1, and the inputs are L1, and then square, and then the direction. Now, the direction is upright, and that can be represented. You'll see what I actually do on the input display, and it looks like this. That's the angle we're going to punch at. Now, works every time. If you mess it up, you're probably doing the angle wrong, you're doing the camera wrong. You see, there's another example. You can even punch this one up left, and that'll work sometimes. Like, basically, any of these clips where you can do them, you can punch either direction. But I find in this specific spot, punching up left sometimes clips me into this wall. Or, like, into the door itself, the archway. And then you, like, fall to your death, generally. Or into the lava. So that is generally not what I advise doing. I'll show you one more time. So, in the corner, that's very important. Then you turn it until you're lined up. Let go. And then it's going to be L1, square, then side angle. Oh, I messed that one up. There we go. See, there I was even past it and it still worked because, frankly, the camera angle is not that precise. It is on Endako, well, more precise on Endako, but it's not bad here. Alright, so after you're through the door, what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to... At this point, generally, Clank will be facing out like this way. You'll be, like, roughly positioned, like, here type of thing. And what I do is I just kind of quickly turn into here, wall boost once. You generally end up like right here, and then I wall boost that ledge one more time to get around here as quick as possible. It's not that much quicker. If you're not feeling, like if you're not confident with wall boost, then that's okay. You can just, you know, walk. It's really not going to lose you any noticeable amount of time. Wall boosts really don't save that much time. But there is a wall boost right here, which saves a bit of time. So, if you can basically visualize this column, what you want to do, you're jumping into this column. It's not the light, it's actually the column. And you're going to hold the wall boost so that after you get past this little archway, you see how it dips back into the wall a bit because the room, like this column itself kind of comes out of the wall. So what you want to do, you want to boost and hold into the wall for an extended period of time so that you keep getting the boost once you hit the back part of the wall. And you need a running start, and it's going to look something like that. Oh, I kind of messed that up, but again, oh my god. Like that. There we go. Sorry, I don't know why I can't hit this today. Well, it's because it's, you know, late and I'm exhausted. But yeah, you see how I'm, like, kind of walking off the elevator even? Like, you really want to get that extended, boost. So I'm basically starting the boost and, straight on the wall. Now, one thing to note is with Clank, you can actually start your jump. Like, if you look at the elevator, I'm actually basically off the platform by the time my jump starts, and that's important for this. Like, you don't want to lose height, but you want to basically be off the ledge by the time you're starting the wall boost. I wasn't looking far enough into the wall there. Oop, that wasn't going to work. Like that. Okay, yeah. It doesn't work every time. It's kind of hard, but it does work. Now, we've got door 2. So, with door 2, I used to think this was quite precise, and in the other 2 tutorials, the other 2 versions of this guide, I taught you to line up directly with this line. I've since discovered it's not actually as precise as that. If you want to be certain, you can line yourself up with this line, but you can be a bit to the right, a bit to the left. You can be less far left because you start with this slope and that starts messing with the clip. But you can be a bit to the right and it actually really doesn't matter. But for the sake of teaching this, I'm going to get you to line up with the door, not really caring about Clank's angle. It's going to work anyway. Now what we're going to do is we're going to turn until our camera, again, the left side of the camera is what I'm using as the lineup. This little vent thing, there's like a gray tip to the end, and I go just past that little tip. And then what I'm going to do is the exact same inputs as the first door, and just punch straight through. It is the exact same. Oh, I'm back here. Bear with me. It is the exact same inputs. But unlike the first door, if you're feeling really comfortable with clips, it is technically quicker to actually go up left on this. So if you're feeling good, you can line it up. And then, oh, I messed that up. Bear with me. You can go up left like that, and that clip will work. And it puts you here, and the reason that's quicker is because the other punch puts you like here. And not only is the angle bad, like you're at a bad line, it's also really hard to deal with the camera from this position. Whereas if you clip out here, you can just walk along here and then fix the camera really quickly. So that is actually a little bit quicker. And that's what you want to be doing. So yeah, let me show you a couple more times. So again, line up basically here. And then go just past the vent. And then punch straight through, just like that. Now, if you're feeling really not confident on the inputs, you're not quite sure what the timing should be, one little thing I would say, the input display is in 60 FPS. I will be uploading this video in 60 FPS, so it's all going to sync. If you're really struggling with the inputs, I would recommend advancing this YouTube video frame by frame. What you can do is the 2 little, not the arrow keys as in the 4 next to each other, but the 2 little arrow keys to the right of M on your keyboard. If you've got a full-size keyboard. Those 2 little arrow keys advance and go back by a frame at a time, so you can really see the timing of the inputs for the clips if you're really confused about where they are. But yeah, that's my advice on the Clank clips. I hope with the input display it's a little bit easier, yeah, hope it helped. Alright, so Endako Clank clips. They're pretty similar to Aranos 2 Clank clips, in that the inputs are the same, timing is the same, it's just the actual camera setups you've got to learn a bit different. Now, the other thing which changes about the first Endako clip, the second Endako clip is the same as the Aranos 2 ones, a little more precise on the camera, but it's just the same otherwise. But the first one, you have to, after you punch, you have to quickly mash out an X input to get a jump and a glide so that you don't fall to your death. So what we're going to do, we're going to come and stand in this corner. Now, you know, it's pretty easy to stand in this corner. There's not really much leeway. So just make sure you're fully in the corner. And what you're going to do, you're going to turn your camera until you're... Now, there's a few different setups for this. My personal setup is, again, using the left side of the camera to line up, as I always do. There's like a little light on the wall, you can probably see, and I go just until the very last texture of the light is just gone. And then what I do is I punch, rather than upright, I punch up left. And then I jump and glide. So it looks like this. And then I jump and glide. I forgot to save my position, so bear with me while I just die and come back. Yeah, so that's how you do it. So you go right in the corner, and as long as you line yourself up properly, it works every time. So I'm lined up. Punch through. Alright. Clearly I lined something up wrong, or I did a wrong angle. I personally think that one... Okay, there I got a really late glide. I don't even think I actually got a jump there, and I still managed to make it. So if you're careful, you can make this work. I do personally find these harder than the Aranos 2 ones, but I've also spent, you know, weeks and weeks doing the Aranos 2 ones in runs. I've done like a week of all missions with these. So, expect my consistency to be lower. Let me show you one more time. If you punch upright, you kind of can get a clip sometimes. But I find this really doesn't work. I find this really inconsistent. This is what Vol uses, I think. I think Vol goes further here and then punches upright. I can't get that to work personally. But this light setup and then up left, I find that works every time. And the great thing about that setup as well is the camera never dies on you. The camera always flicks that way. Well, pretty much always. And gives you a nice little lineup. So then, door 2. Door 2 is pretty similar. You just kind of wall boost here to get a slight little improvement in the setup. Again, there's nothing special to this positioning. You're just in the corner. And what you're going to do, again, using the left side of the camera, you've got that little thing on the wall. And what I do is there's kind of like a lip, right? You can kind of see there's like this gap in the middle. And there's like a lip right here. And what I do is I use that lip as my lineup. I go just barely past it. So I go like just there, just past it. And then I do just Aranos 2 inputs. So upright. And that puts me right through. So, oh, I forgot to save position, but let me just get back there again. Oh, I timed my inputs wrong there. That was my fault. Oh my goodness. There we go. Don't be put off by my inconsistency. I literally haven't even practiced these. I did these for like... I didn't even practice these before I started the guide, and I haven't done these in like 2 weeks. So, and I'm still getting them without dying. And like, you'd still save half a minute, bare minimum, right? So let me show you again. So you line up, you go just past the thing, and you go Aranos 2 inputs. That really is all there is to it. If you can get this clip, you can do the Aranos 2 ones, and vice versa. So again, just barely past, and then bang. And then, of course, you're just going to walk and push the button. And that's the whole Clank section. So, yeah.